Shut up and sit down.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Shop Talk, April 19th, 2020, with me, Noah, and Rufus behind the stew. He won't have a camera today, unfortunately. However, what we're going to do is I kind of want to open up with merch. So we've officially come out with some t-shirts, polos, sweatshirts, and tank tops that if you guys are interested, hit us up on Instagram. I guess you can drop a comment in the YouTube, but Instagram handle is at ShopTalkWLN.
Yes, sir.
I guess you can reach out to the Twitter. That's the Twitter guy. He keeps up real well with that.
Stripper drown in here, boy.
But yeah, if you guys are interested at all, these are our polos. They are Nike, but I think our t-shirts, tank tops, and sweatshirts will be they'll be champion. Good cotton, good.
Oh yeah, solid tees.
Solid tees.
Super solid tees.
Super solid.
Yeah.
So just want to let you guys know at the beginning because you guys don't watch to the end. So we need to put stuff that we want you to look at the beginning. So
super fair.
To start the episode, back at it, talking about sports. NBA Outstanding Players of the Week.
Yeah.
For me, and I think for you, Steph is absolutely popping off.
Going ballistic.
Going insane.
Absolutely.
What I have, right, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 9 games in front of me right now. He went 32, 36, 37, 41, 32, 38, 53, 42, and 33 points. He didn't drop below 30 in 9 games.
10 now.
10. Holy cow.
It's a record. He's tied with Kobe. Longest streak.
He tied that.
Yeah.
Because I have on here that the most consecutive 30-point games was Toby. Kobe at 10,
yeah.
Curry at 9, and MJ at 7.
Yeah, he just tied Kobe the other night.
Holy cow.
At 10. So he's on 10. He's sitting out tonight against the Sixers.
Ankle, right? Sprained something there?
Yeah, something like that. He's
Okay.
got bad ankles. He's always got those things braced up.
Oh, they're braced up big time.
But yeah. I'm assuming, if he doesn't play, then they can't count it. So the next time, if he comes out and drops 30 again, then he's at 11. He's got the record himself.
Wow. Those are big names to be in the lead with.
Oh, absolutely.
And then I also have that he leads the lead in points.
Mm-hmm.
He's been injured. He hasn't played every game this year.
No, he hasn't played every game.
And he's at 1,500 points. He's got 1,521. It's unbelievable.
No, yeah, it's unbelievable.
And the next person closest is at like 14,800, I think. Something like that.
Yeah.
It's
it's
unbelievable what he can put up while also being injured and being on a team that can't produce.
No, dude.
Like, you see the difference when he's on the court and when he's not. Dude,
it's the difference between being a bottom half of the league team and a top half of the team top half of the league team.
Yes.
He completely changes the dynamic, and then I know we'll get to this later, but you go into the MVP conversation, and as an MVP, you're talking about the most valuable player. Well, if you're the difference between your team being one of the top in the league,
right? Maybe
not one of the top, but like in the top half,
yeah,
and
100%.
Your team being at the very
what you need to
bottom
be is in the top 8
half.
of your side.
They got beat by 53 the one time he was out.
Yes.
And
then they came back and won by 38 when he came back.
Yeah. So they could be beat by whatever without him, but they can beat whomever with him.
Yes.
So it's an unreal dynamic
it's
that
almost,
they have going on over there in that club.
Absolutely. And kind of what it reminds me of, right? When you look at a LeBron situation, you look at a Kobe situation, you look at a Michael Jordan situation. Yeah. When they're in the game, it is a different ball game.
Yeah.
And they can change the dynamic of that outcome just that one person alone.
Yeah.
You look at other sports, you look at football, right? All 11 men have to play their butts off in order for them to get to a touchdown.
It doesn't matter.
To get to a field goal.
Yeah, if you have Tom Brady, it doesn't matter if Tom Brady doesn't have somebody blocking for him. You know what I mean?
He's got to have 6 guys up front. He's got to have 2 wide. He's got to have.
Everybody's got to do their job so that somebody can succeed.
But as soon as Curry steps across that half-court line, he's liable to make a shot.
Yeah.
Just like Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
When they step across,
crazy part is though that Steph started that.
Yes.
Dame kind of almost followed behind. Steph changed the entire dynamic of the league and the game, and that goes from the NBA down to. Oh. Now 6th graders are pulling it from 3, and it's.
It was when LaMelo pointed at the line. He's like right there. That's because of Curry.
Yeah.
Curry started these ridiculously
shooting
long
it from
shots.
35, 38 feet, and it just being like a normal shot.
It's like, oh yeah, well, that guy's good at those. He'll probably make those.
He's pulling up from the logo.
And it's weird if he misses. that's something that should be looked at to be like, yo, that's just if the timer's going down. No, he's got 16 seconds in the shot clock, and he chose to pull up right there.
Yeah, and his coach isn't mad about it.
No, because he's like,
Kerr's not standing there like,
why did he pull up
all the way out there? No. He's like,
oh, well, this is probably going in.
It's gonna fall,
and boom, it's in there.
Yeah.
It's like, holy cow!
It's unreal.
To be not mad at a shot like that, like you just said, as a coach, right? Because as a coach, you want your players to dynamically get the ball.
If anybody, if you're not Dame Lillard or Steph Curry and you pull up from that deep, somebody's like,
pull him,
get him out the game.
Too confident, pull him.
That's not right.
No,
you can't do that.
But it's Steph. It's Steph and Curry.
And I think it just solidifies him as the best shooter. I mean, I think it was.
Oh, and you can't argue
might have
that.
been in question for a little bit, but now it's like, no, there is nobody that can.
There's
fill it up
nobody
the way
that
he
can do
does.
that.
No, absolutely not.
He has. I don't know. This could be different now because obviously those things are different.
Mm-hmm.
But he had 36 3-pointers in the month of April.
That's.
The next closest stat to that is 35, and that's by a franchise.
Yeah,
that's the Cavaliers.
He hit more threes than any franchise
in the month of April. And if I'm not wrong, the month of April is not over.
No,
not even close.
Was it in the month of April or was it this last week?
Month of April, he hit 36 threes. It's insane. It's absolute, or is it this week?
I think it might be within the last week he hit 36 threes.
Are you sure about this?
I'm pretty positive.
Can we get a schmoogle? Thank you. That is insane.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Are you serious?
Yes.
If he hit 36 3-pointers
in 1 week. In 1 week.
I don't know how that's physically possible.
He's hit the most threes in a 5-game span in NBA history.
I knew. How many was that?
I didn't get the number, but that is the stat.
I saw that.
Nobody has hit that many threes in one 5-game span.
It was a DM you sent me,
and
right?
that's a week. It might
I think that was a DM you sent me.
It might have been.
Where is that? I thought that stat related to the month. Most
36
threes in a 5-game.
Over his past 4 games.
You're right, because this right here says most threes in a 5-game span in NBA history, and it says in his last 5 games, Steph Curry has hit 44 threes.
In his last 5 games?
In his last 5 games.
Bro.
Can I get 44 times 3? Yeah. I guess I can do that right here. I got it. 44 times 3. That's 132 points just off the triple ball.
By himself?
By himself. In 5 games. So you take 132 divided by 5. Jeez. 132 divided by, that's times. 132 divided by 5. So he's averaging 26.5 points off 3-pointers.
Bro, he averaged 43.8 points
off
per game this week. He averaged 44 a game this week.
He averaged 43.8
this week.
What?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh my gosh.
He's gone ballistic. I mean, the last time we saw something like this was in 2016 when he was a unanimous All-Star, and he's matching
that. Was that his MVP year?
Yeah.
When he went back to back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I believe so. He was unanimous MVP.
Yeah. That was the first time, right? Or no?
Did he win his first MVP in 2016?
No, I mean, is that the first unanimous MVP?
Maybe. I'm not positive.
Anyways, you were saying.
But the last time we've seen something like this, it was him, but he did it in 2016. 5 years removed, he's doing it again.
Again. Through injury with in my opinion, a terrible squad.
His team that year won, what? Was that the 73-9 team?
Yeah, I think that was.
So, I mean, he was doing that with guys that were going to score their points as well.
Yeah, no. I mean, when you have
Draymond
Green, Sean Livingston, Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson's going to get his points. Everybody's going to get theirs that need them.
And he was putting up numbers like these.
And he was putting up those kinds of numbers.
And now he's doing it. He's carrying the team into a possible playoff run. This is insane. But also, Zion Williamson absolutely popping off. I personally thought that he was a bust. To be honest, he came into the league and he was projected to be a LeBron 2.0. And
that's what they were. That's what they were.
When you have that
campaigning.
standard,
yeah,
it's huge to live up to. I mean, the chip on your shoulder coming out of college, playing 1 year at Duke University, that's a huge standard to live up to. Yet this past week, the last 5 games I have dating back to Sunday. Sunday he put up 38, 9 and 4. Then he put up 36 and 4. Then he put up 25, 8 and 7. Then he put up 21 and 6. And then the most recent game I have, maybe this isn't quite up to date, is 34, 9 and 5. He's averaging 31 points this week. And I think the week prior might be the same thing.
No, it might even be more.
And just,
You know what I
you
mean?
saw him live.
I did. Was
That had to have been crazy.
crazy.
To see that kind of talent. And I know the camera you guys can't see because we're having technical difficulties with the camera issues. But you bought a jersey.
I
of
did.
his, and I respect that 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Big time.
It's a good jersey.
Oh, it's a great jersey. I mean, I hate that he went to Duke, but now that he's making a name for himself in the league, that had to have been so much fun to watch.
You got to respect it.
Oh, yeah.
Super fun.
But, I mean, Zion. I mean, that is like, he has the potential to be in the talks of the GOATs. 100%.
Oh,
if he does what he wants to do. It's up to him.
I was about to say that. It's up to him. If he chooses to, his only downfall as of right now is his weight. If he can figure out his weight,
Just spilled myself. little spillage over here.
it's all right.
No, it happens to
Figure
the
it out.
best of us. Yeah, no. Your polos won't come like this, guys. Promise.
Nah,
Promise.
clean, crisp.
No, it'll be white. It won't have juice on it.
Nah.
You were saying.
Zion,
weight, it's
his
weight.
biggest downfall right now is his weight.
Yes.
He was, if I'm not wrong, the third heaviest player in the NBA this past season.
He looked like
He looked like somebody's uncle at a barbecue, like just
he
running
looked
around like
terrible.
Yeah, no, it
He's a
wasn't
big
great.
boy.
Oh, he's
He's
a big
huge.
dude. He
He's a big
still
boy.
is.
Can you
He-
look up his
kept that weight,
size real quick? Height and weight.
He's getting stronger.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a guy like Steven Adams to lift with,
Mm.
and everybody's
league
like,
is
"Well, who's
scared
the strongest guy?" You know, and they're like, well, I know some strong guys, and I saw Steven Adams in the weight room.
And then he boxed up on me.
Yeah.
Right?
He
Set a
is
screen.
6'7"
Okay.
and 284 pounds.
Holy cow, dude!
He's
That
just a
is
big boy.
freight train.
If he can, in my opinion, I know this might differ from person to person, but in my
a lot
opinion,
of our opinions differ.
Yeah, it's true. If he can get his body to look the way it did when he was in high school,
Mm-hmm.
nobody.
scary, dude.
I don't know if
He
somebody
still
that can
looks
guard him.
overweight right now.
Yeah, he does. He
Like
does.
when you see the pictures of
Oh, he does. He's big.
Zion dropped 35, Zion dropped 38. In those pictures, he still looks overweight.
Oh, he does. Yeah.
Like his face looks big. Well, his face looks a little bit like if he slimmed out to like maybe a 6'7",
I want him to lose
260,
20 to 30, dang near.
260, 250.
Yeah.
That would be a scary athlete.
I mean,
But
what's
do you-
LeBron James at?
Do you think?
LeBron James is 6'8".
Yeah.
What's his weight? I want to say it's probably around 230,
250.
250. So 6'8", 250 is LeBron. So he's 6'7", 285 right now. He needs to be 6'7", 260, I think.
Could you imagine, bro?
He is.
He's so quick off his bounce and his
Oh.
spin too at 280.
This is just something funny I saw. He is the third heaviest player in the
Yeah.
NBA.
Still.
Yeah.
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 Now, due to time, just because we got to get to a break, what did you look at with Randall and Tatum? Because our top 4 players of the week is Steph, Randall, Tatum, and Zion.
Yeah. So Randall, obviously, I don't know if you guys
off.
watched, but he went ballistic as well.
Yes.
His let's see, I got his last 5 games. He went 33, 10, and 5 against the Pelicans. Went 44, 7, and 10 against the Mavs. 32, 5, and 8 against the Pelicans. 34, 4, and 10 against the Lakers, and then 26, 5, and 8 against the Raptors.
Holy
so
cow.
dude has just been lighting it up. Just
And this is in New York.
ridiculous.
This isn't with a team that's stacked. I mean,
No.
they have good young talent.
He's providing all of what this New York team needs.
Wow.
And he's doing it night in, night out. Jason Tatum,
Can
just
you
to
look at
move
how
on,
long Randall's been in the league?
keep this rolling. Tatum went 44, 3, and 10 versus the Warriors. Then before that he went 32, 5, and 9 against the Blazers. Then he went 28 and 10 versus the Nuggets. And then he went 53, 4, and 10. And I forget who he went, but did that with. But yeah, those were his last 4 games.
Hold on real quick.
He has been in the NBA for 7 years.
Yeah.
Julius Randle's been in the league for 7 years, and he's just now reaching his prime.
Yeah.
That is scary.
Well, when he first came into the league, he went to the Lakers.
Didn't they pick him up
had some
off
bad
waivers?
leg injury. Not great. No, I think he's been traded. Because, he's been productive, but nothing crazy.
Dang, bro.
But
Tatum,
now, he's coming into his own as a Knick.
Tatum, as you know, I was not strong on.
I've been big on Tatum for a minute.
You've been in his corner.
Yeah.
For me, I needed him to prove himself because for me,
super fair though.
It just sounded like he sometimes showed up, sometimes didn't.
Yeah.
But then he seemed like he was fairly consistent in the playoffs, which is when you need to be consistent.
Right.
But for me, when the regular season hit, he just wasn't my guy.
Not fair.
This year, he has proven me 100% wrong, and I'll take that. I don't mind saying I'm wrong there because I was.
Yeah.
You were right when it comes to having a clutch bucket, and when you're on the Celtics, when you need to get the ball to somebody within the last 2 minutes, it's going to Tatum.
Oh, yeah,
it's going to number 0.
It's got to.
100%. But we're going to get to a break real quick. Come back on the other side. We're probably going to hit on the MVP race. And then definitely we want to hit on the NBA milking some injuries. It's frustrating both of us. And then we'll see if we can get to the NFL draft. But we'll catch you on the other side. Hey there, and welcome back to Shop Talk, April 19th, 2021. So, to kind of start the end of the episode, as you will, I want to touch on the NBA MVP race. I really, really, really want to talk about these injuries, if we can get there. We have 15 minutes, so we should be able to. But to start the MVP race, right, we got Jokic leading the race.
Good.
Got 26 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. And at number 2, you have Embiid at 30 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists. And then coming at number 3, which I really like because I'm a big fan of Luka. Luka's averaging 29, 8, and 9. Now I saw ESPN or NBA, somebody posted that Embiid took over the running.
Yeah, right now he's in the number 1 spot.
And I saw you posted on that, and then I liked it, and then I commented.
Yeah.
Somebody put some respect on Jokic's name. And you couldn't be more right.
Yeah.
The fact that Jokic is averaging 26, 10, and 9, and Embiid is averaging 4 more points, 1 more rebound, but 6 less assists, there shouldn't be an argument between 1 and 2.
Joker makes a bigger difference.
He does.
Has to.
He does. And he does it, I think, with less players, to be honest. I mean, because if you look at the Nuggets, right, they have a good squad, but when you look at the 76ers, there's a bunch of names on that squad, if you understand that.
Yeah, no,
you know
Hundo, yeah.
But coming in at number 3, I really like Luka. I love his game. To me, he's a little bit of a crybaby on the court.
Fair.
He's kind of like an early LeBron.
Yeah,
where he
Hundo
argues with a bunch of calls.
Absolutely.
Which it gets on my nerves.
Yeah.
But his game, his style, his tenacity on the court, I love.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, what do you think about this MVP race, right? I mean, because I think it, personally, I think it should go Jokic, Luka. I don't even want Embiid to be close to winning an MVP.
I don't either. The reality of the situation is he's got the numbers to be in the conversation. But I wouldn't, like you said, somebody saying Embiid is now taking over the 1 spot. Well, is Embiid taking over the 1 spot because he's got a loud mouth and he talks about he's getting more publicity? Because Joker never gets any publicity.
Never.
It's literally, they might post his numbers. That's it.
Yeah.
Joker doesn't talk.
No.
He doesn't talk trash on the court.
No.
I mean, he doesn't make a big deal of anything. He doesn't complain.
Only time Joker talks is when he's backing up his teammates.
Yeah, no, that's it. Jokic is a really humble guy, so
Yeah.
he's not going to make a big deal out of anything. But the thing is, and what I wanted to say about Zion earlier, is that both of these guys are doing these things very quietly. Very quietly.
That's a good point to bring up Zion because nobody was talking about this kid.
No.
Nobody.
The crazy part is, I know we're getting off on a little side part here, but like Zion for 2 straight years, every single time he moved a muscle, ESPN, NBA, everybody with everybody, he was on Sports Center. Zion's doing this, Zion's doing that, Zion's doing this, and then he goes silent.
His world just goes black. Nothing.
He goes silent. No media attention really.
Yeah.
But he's playing better than ever.
Anybody.
This is the most ridiculous he's ever played in his basketball career.
Yeah.
And he's
100%.
not getting the attention that he got 2 years ago.
No.
Which is crazy to me. And Jokic is going through the same thing as of right now as he has for his entire career. For his entire career, he has
That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
He's
just kind of
definitely, yes.
under the radar. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to help my team because
Yes.
that's what I care about. Whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to do it for my team. Embiid feels more selfish. Doncic feels more, I'm just a hooper.
Yeah.
And I'll throw 40 on your head.
I've been playing with grown men since I was 12.
If need be. I've been playing in front of professional European crowds since I was 16.
Yeah, let's just go play.
Yeah, let's just go play.
This is nothing new to me.
Yeah, no.
But like I said, the only thing that irritates me about him is he's a crybaby.
No, yeah. He complains a lot.
He does.
And I think he's trying to work on that because he's gotten a lot of criticism about it.
As he should. I mean, the game shouldn't be about trying to get a call. It should be about trying to get a basket.
Yeah.
That's not.
You don't get the call, get back on the other side of the floor.
The
Make
game's not
you
about,
get the ball back.
Are you kidding me, cussing out the refs, saying this and that, and then being like, why did I get a tech? It's like, bro, it's because of how you treat the ref. I mean, I don't think NBA refs, I think they're probably one of the worst refs across all sports.
It's been pretty bad.
To be honest. I think they have the best commissioner across all sports, but I think they have the worst referees across all sports.
I would agree.
So I get where his frustration comes in because everybody has frustration with the refs, especially in NBA, because their calls are so inconsistent. It's very political.
Yeah, no, it is.
But
depends on who you are. The calls that you get depends on who you are.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
Which is unfair.
That's what I mean by political.
By political, yes.
But, however, if you can average 29, 8, and 9, shut up and just play.
Right.
You clearly have the skill.
You can do whatever you want.
You can play the game.
Nobody's restricting you.
No, nobody's restricting you.
No.
You are the best player on that court majority of the time.
Majority of the time.
You can get a basket. You can hit crazy three-pointers. Your money at the free throw line. Your money at the mid-range. I mean, dude, you're good at basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Stop crying on the court.
Yeah.
That's
No,
the only
100%.
thing I have against Luka. Other than that,
Absolutely.
he should be number 2 in my eyes.
No, absolutely. And then you bring up, like we were talking about earlier, was Steph Curry.
Yes.
The things that Steph Curry
He's
is
number 7
doing,
right now in MVP race.
Number 7.
Uh-huh.
Number 7.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Bro hit 36 threes this week, and he's shooting over 45% beyond the arc.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yep.
and he's also averaging almost
this is my
close
problem.
to 10 assists. It's like he's doing all the things in MVP. He's doing all the things he did the last time he won an MVP. Yet he's not top 5 in MVP race
And
right
this is
now.
my problem with MVP is because whoever this MVP committee is, they're looking at the team when they should be looking at the player.
Yeah.
Like, these people, it's an MVP, most valuable player. It's not MVT. It's not MVT. It's MVP, most valuable player, not most valuable teammate.
Right.
It's most valuable player.
Yeah.
Therefore, you should look at all 32 teams, or 31, however many, I think there's 32.
Yep.
And you should be like, who is the most valuable player in our league? In my eyes, it's LeBron when he's not injured.
Yep.
It's Stephen Curry. And it's KD when they're not injured and when they're in the game
And when they're playing.
and when they're playing a full season.
Yes.
Which leads me to our topic that I really want to get into because all we have is about 8 or 9 minutes left, and I have a feeling this is going to take up quite a bit because I know both of us are very frustrated on this.
Yeah.
The NBA in milking their injuries. Before we get into this, I want to read you. Not necessarily you, because I know you've seen this list, but I want to read you guys the hurt NBA players list. Now, some of these are legit, 100% clinically proven. Doctors have signed off on these, right? But some of these, no one, I feel like, it's the NBA players wanting to gain rest time because they know that the playoffs are coming. Now, granted, they're having to play a condensed 72-game season right after they have played an 82-game season
and thrown in a bubble
during COVID. Right?
A lot of those guys.
I
got put in a bubble
understand
too.
the frustration.
Yeah.
However, we have Jamal Murray out with an ACL, Klay Thompson out with an Achilles, T.J. Warren out with a foot fracture, Markelle Fultz out with an ACL, AD out with a strained calf. Underline that one, strained calf. He hasn't played in about 7 or 8 weeks. LeBron James out with a sprained ankle. He hasn't played in about 4 or 5 weeks. LaMelo Ball fractured wrist, coming back here in about a week and a half. Wiseman out with torn meniscus. James Harden out with a hamstring. Anytime I see a hamstring in any sport, it's BS to me.
Has to be.
Durant out with doctors call it a contusion.
A thigh contusion.
I think we all know what that means.
So, bruise.
A bruised thigh. He is now out. And we have Donovan Mitchell out with ankle. Now, those are the headliners, right? But the four that I just underlined, AD, LeBron, Harden, and Durant. I'm going to give a pass on Davis and LeBron James. Not because I like the Lakers because LeBron's on them. I'm giving them a pass because they were on the Lakers and they won the championship.
They've played the most basketball most recently.
100%.
Back to back.
Exactly. They won the championship in the bubble, and then they had to turn around and play a 72-game condensed season.
And they tried to plead their case of let's start later. Let's start later. Let's push this back because we're not ready.
And that's one of the
and they got shut down.
No,
so
yeah. But when you look at the Nets right now, when you have Harden out for hamstring injury, which, like I said, to me, when you look at literal evidence of hamstring injuries, you can look up how long a rehabilitation is. You can also look up how long these guys are, quote unquote, rehabilitating.
Yeah.
And then you can also look at, there's literally reports out from reputable sources that a hamstring injury is just the easiest one to say. They have a hamstring injury because a doctor, they can prove it, but they can't at the same time. It's a very weird injury to have.
It's up to the individual. Well, my hamstring hurts.
It's a little sore.
Well, it's not torn. Well, it hurts and I can't walk on
sore.
it. Okay, well then we'll mark it up as
hamstring injury.
Yeah.
And then you have Durant, a bruised thigh. Have you ever gotten a bruise before?
Yeah.
Have you played through a bruise?
I think every athlete has.
A couple bruises.
Couple of them.
You ever rolled your ankle in a basketball game and been like, we'll keep playing?
Couple times.
Oh, see, that's an ankle sprain.
You just tie your shoe tighter.
In the NBA,
that's literally it.
In the NBA, you can be out for 2 weeks for an ankle sprain for that one right there. See, this is my problem. Now, we don't really bring up a lot of things on this show that we absolutely are disgusted of, I would say.
No.
But this one, I think, both of our opinions are pretty valid, and I think can also be stretched nationwide as far as frustrations for the league, because you bring up very good points off air about season ticket holders. Us as fans pay money to go to these games. Now, granted, it's COVID, but go to these games, buy these jerseys, buy this merchandise. The
thing is, they were doing this before COVID too.
Right.
So this isn't a new thing.
But where do these players think their paychecks are coming from? We pay them, in a sense.
Yeah,
right?
Literally.
I buy a ticket, I buy your jersey, that money goes to the franchise, and then they distribute that out
literally
through their franchise.
Yeah.
Right? So what do you think we're coming to see? Do you think we're coming to see the scrubs and the bench players? No, I want to see Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Blake Griffin, and DeAndre Jordan play at once. They haven't played together this season.
No.
It's unbelievable.
No, it is. And the biggest problem is, like you said off air, that we talk about is that when somebody gets screwed, when somebody gets traded unexpectedly, when somebody gets their paycheck cut, when anything bad happens, the NBA says, well, this is a business, and everybody has to accept. Well, you know what, Adam Silver, all of these guys, they are running a business. Yeah. At the end of the day, this is a league, this is a game, but ultimately, we're a part of one big business.
Yes.
And so that's how they justify all of these different things.
Yeah.
Well, this is bad business if your moneymakers aren't showing themselves.
Aren't making you money.
Exactly. So regardless if it's COVID, let's say this is a normal year,
mm-hmm.
they'd be doing the same thing.
Oh yeah, this isn't just
they'd be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
KD, I'm sitting.
All three of these
Anything.
guys.
I'm sitting.
I mean, maybe besides Harden, but that's just because he was the guy in Houston. Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and KD are known for this.
Yes. No, absolutely they
Are
are.
known for it.
Yeah.
And a handful of other players are too.
And I think a lot of this has to do with the Nets guys. They're sitting because they know when we're together,
Nobody can beat
it
us.
doesn't matter because nobody will beat us.
Besides the Lakers.
And also, what we're looking at across the pond is AD and LeBron saying,
And they're sitting too.
I'm done. I'm out. And we've gone 2 months without seeing AD, and we've gone a month and a half without seeing LeBron.
Yeah.
So it's like they're resting, and come playoffs, they're going to be in the game. It's probably going to be a couple weeks until the playoffs, and then these guys are going to start getting in rhythm. Probably going to be on restricted minutes even.
Yeah.
And then once playoffs hit, full go.
Boom.
Full go.
Yeah.
Well, the Nets are thinking, you know what? We're looking like the best team in the East when we have our guys. And it's looking like we'll probably play the Lakers because they're probably the best
They
team
have the best
in the
starting
West when
five
they have
ever.
their guys. And so who are we if we show up gassed? Because we know they're showing up fresh.
No.
So,
It's almost like a tit for tat. Like
It
they're
is.
doing it, let's do it.
yeah, exactly. And in my opinion, and I know somebody might think something different, but in my opinion, and I think you share a similar belief, is that this is ruining the league.
It's
in a
hurting
way.
it so bad.
I mean, could you imagine if somebody in the 90s, or really in basketball in general, could you imagine if Kobe or Jordan or any of those guys, or Larry Bird
No.
or any of those guys
No.
were like, I bruised my thigh.
I'm
I'm going to be out for a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Kobe Bryant tore his Achilles and went back to the free throw line to shoot his 2 free throws because he didn't know if he actually tore it, therefore he could have the potential to come back in the game.
It's a
tore his
different
Achilles.
mentality. That
Now I know it's a tendon and you don't feel pain when you tear a tendon,
it's different. It is.
but he tore his Achilles
Dude's in pain.
and he shot 2 free throws just because there might be a possibility where it is just bruised
Coach, I did just hurt myself
or it
very
is
badly.
just sprained, but I want to be back in this game.
Let me go to the free throw line. We'll go look at it.
It's unbelievable what these players are getting away with, and I honestly think that there should be repercussions for it because this is hurting the league. And you, Adam Silver, you run the best league in the country. By far, how you run this, you listen to players, you listen to media when you need to, you address things when you need to, you're great on diversity, you're great on inclusion, and you do the right thing when it needs to be done. However, you are hurting the league by not taking action with these players knowingly milking these injuries.
Yeah.
It's not fair
No.
at all. But unfortunately, because of how we... in case you guys have noticed now, right, these videos are going to be a lot shorter. We're going to kind of stretch them down between 30 and 40 minutes. And Noah and I are kind of just going to free talk, right? We kind of... Now, maybe you guys like the structure of 7 for 7, but for us, it was kind of limiting our conversation, right? And I know we only got through like 3 or 4 topics, but I think this is going to work a lot better.
Good content.
I think it's good, right? So
Yeah.
I think this is kind of how it's going to look. And with saying that, we also are going to be season's ending soon. We're probably going to end on episode 9 or 10 just because of school. We won't be together. Lucas will be in Virginia. We'll be in Indiana, so it just won't work. This is episode 7, so we got about 2 or 3 more episodes to produce, and then that'll be it for this season. With that being said, I want to finish with our little Buzzsprout promo. We got to try to get our money when we can. We get a lot of money from this one, right? Buzzsprout. In the link in the description below, you can get a $20 Amazon gift card and support our show if you create a paid podcast account. Buzzsprout is a podcast program that allows new podcast creators to build a show with ease. They can get your show on all major platforms, and they offer different paid accounts, such as they offer different things with their paid accounts, such as directory help, monetization help, and they provide statistics. Where are we at? They offer different accounts starting at $12 a month, which is really easy to use, awesome, and affordable considering everything they do for us. You can support us at www.buzzsprout.com/referrer_ID equals 1674703. That's what we got for you today. We'll be back next week on Tuesday. We shoot these on Monday or Sunday, so we might be a little behind on what we're talking about. However, This is Logan. That's Noah. Lucas, Rufus, Roof. Behind the scenes, you can't see him today. Hopefully we can get a camera on him next week. We don't know. We're kind of in a pickle right there. However, thank you guys for joining. We see you next week. Peace.